Chloe, I just got off work. You're off today, right?
Yep. I'm off from all my part-time jobs today. I already made dinner, too.
Thanks. Were you able to relax today?
Yep, it's been a while since I've had a full day off. I was able to really sit back and relax. The day went by so quickly, though.
I'm glad you were able to have time off. But are you okay?
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, you're off today, but you've been working almost every day recently, right? I'm wondering if you're overworking yourself.
Aw, thank you for worrying about me. But I'm totally fine. Don't worry about me, Brian.
You've been a stay-at-home wife since we got married, but you started working so much recently. I can't help but be worried about you.
I guess, but I'm doing this all because I want to.
Well, yeah, I understand that. But you don't need to work this much, right? We've been able to live comfortably with my paycheck. You don't need to overwork yourself, Chloe.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate you so much, Brian. We've been having a stable life because of how hard you work.
Then there's no need for you to work so hard, is there?
I can't keep letting you spoil me, though. We might decide to have kids, or you might get sick and not be able to work, you know?
I mean, yeah, it's possible, but...
Right? It'll be easier if I'm working when that happens, won't it? Plus, I want to start a savings account, too. Things will be easier for you if I'm working, right?
I mean, having more savings is definitely a good thing. I control the finances and have money saved up right now. But it'd be a lot of help if you had savings too.
Of course! So honestly, don't worry about me. I just want to do what I can to support you as your wife. Okay?
Yeah. I'm not gonna go against you after all that convincing.
I'm glad. Thank you.
But I want you to be more careful about the way you're working now. If you keep working the way you are, you're gonna get sick.
I can't do anything about it right now. But once I get the hang of things, I'm planning to take on fewer shifts. So don't worry too much.
Please do that. I'll feel so much better if you did. Oh, one other thing. I was going to ask you yesterday, but I forgot.
Yeah? What's wrong?
You know how you came home late last night? That's why I didn't get the chance to ask, but... what is that envelope addressed to you all about? There was a similar one delivered last month too, right?
Oh, it's nothing. You know how I started working recently? So they've been sending me mandatory paperwork. I've just been receiving papers with instructions and those kinds of things. So don't worry about it too much.
I see. Okay then. I'm almost home.
I'll heat up dinner.
Brian, sorry to bother you during your work. I have something important to talk about with you. Respond to me when you have the time. George? Did something happen? I don't get text messages from you that often. Oh, well, I knew that you had work today. I thought I'd be a bother if I called. Anyways, how's your work going? Is it going well? Yes, very well. Thanks for asking. Chloe's been supporting me a lot too. I've been working much more productively compared to when I was single. Doing good, I see. I know this is awkward to ask, but you're not getting paid less, are you? Not really, no. In fact, I've gotten a raise this year. This is all thanks to Chloe. The pay raise. Then why are you guys in this kind of situation? Brian, do you even care about my daughter? What? What are you talking about? Stop acting clueless. My daughter came over here to ask us to lend her $10,000. How dare you not give her money to pay for living expenses? What? $10,000? Living expenses? I heard that she's struggling because you don't give her money for things around the house. That's why she's asking for us to pay for her living expenses. What the hell's going on? What do you mean? I have no idea what's going on either. What do you say? Are you going to act like you're innocent after making my daughter cry? I've been giving my wife $5,000 every month. I intended that money to include our living expenses. So I'm really not sure what you're talking about. $5,000? That much? Oh, I just remembered you work in finance. Yes, thankfully I have a fairly good job. But if what you're saying is true, that would mean that my daughter's lying to me. I guess you're right. My daughter never contacted me before she got married to you. So I'm grateful for you in that sense. But this and that is a different story. It's hard not to trust my own daughter. I understand what you're saying, George. If you're worried, I can show you my bank statements. Because of my job, I've been controlling all our finances other than our living expenses. Well, if you're going to say all that, I believe you. I'm sorry for doubting you in the beginning. It's okay. Thank you for believing what I told you. Anyways, I'm more worried about my daughter. She lied to me so that she could borrow $10,000. She might be in a situation where she can't tell us what's going on. About that, there's something a little off about my wife recently. How so? She started working a bunch of different jobs recently. She also keeps getting letters from a lawyer. Is that true? Your daughter doesn't know of the fact that I'm aware that the envelopes are from a lawyer, though. But I do think it's weird she's keeping a secret from me, too. That's true. I understand. What are you gonna do? I'll try talking to her about it. No matter the reason, $10,000 is a lot of money. It'll be difficult if we don't know the real reason for it. Yeah, I think it'll be better if I don't question her about it. Besides, if she gets suspicious, we might not be able to get anything out of her. I'll leave the rest up to you, Brian. Thank you so much.
Brian, sorry I'm late. I'm heading home now. Did you eat already? If not, I can buy something on the way.
It's fine, I ate already. Good job at work today.
You too. Okay, maybe I'll stop by the store on my way home. Is there still food left at home?
There's some pasta left over, but we're running low on sauce, so maybe you should get some on the way home.
I'll do that then. Whew! I'm so tired from today though. I'm so tired I might fall asleep right after I get home.
Are you okay? I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty about your working schedule now, but honestly, please be careful.
I know. I'm taking care of my physical health. Don't worry about me.
But, what's the reason you're working so hard? Is there something you want to buy? You know I'll buy it for you if you tell me, right?
I told you, it's for our future. It's not something you need to worry about, Brian.
I mean, sure. That's fine. Anyways, you got another letter.
Oh, really? I'll read it when I get home. You can just leave it somewhere.
Sure, but why is the letter from a lawyer?
Huh? Did you look inside? Without my permission?
No, I didn't look inside. But I don't need to open the envelope to find out who sent it. Anyone would be curious if their wife was getting letters from a lawyer. Do you have some kind of problem telling me?
Of course not. We're married.
Right. So what's this about? Like I said earlier, I'm curious.
It's really nothing. You know how I hit the Johnson's ledge with my car a while ago?
Yeah. But hasn't that situation been settled already, right?
We settled everything, but I still get notified about the reports and things like that. That envelope is probably something related to that. So you don't really have to worry about it.
You should have told me that from the beginning then. You made me overthink it.
Overthink what?
Like whether you're hiding something from me, Chloe. It's not a very good feeling to doubt your own wife. Make sure you tell me if something happens from now on.
Yeah, you're right. I'll do that from now on.
It's a promise. Okay, I'm gonna go run a bath or something.
Brian, what time are you coming home today? Dinner's already ready.
You're already at home?
Yup. It's rare that I'm home earlier than you.
I see. I'm sorry. I don't think I can come home today.
Huh? What's wrong? Is it work?
No, I'm away seeing someone. I'm in a different state right now, so I'll probably have to spend the night out here.
Out of state? Who are you seeing?
Your ex-husband.
What are you saying? You're the only person I've married. I don't have an ex-husband.
But he's right in front of me. Do you really think you can still lie in this situation? He's not with me right now, but I even met your son.
So you're really seeing him right now?
I never would have thought that you had a son. Seems like he's already in preschool. Your ex-husband's raised him well.
Oh. But why? How did you find out about my ex-husband?
The envelope from the lawyer. Your ex-husband's name and address were written on it.
Didn't I tell you not to look at it without my permission? Just because we're married doesn't mean you can just do things like that.
Doesn't mean you can just do whatever either. I know that you lied to your father and borrowed $10,000 from him.
I had a complicated reason.
I know that too. You never paid child support, did you? That's why your ex-husband was having trouble.
Having trouble? There's no way that's true. He never said anything until now.
That's because he was trying to put distance between you two since you had a new life.
Then he should have kept doing that. He suddenly charged me with all the past payments and said that if I couldn't pay it, I'll be taken to court. Thanks to him, I'm in so much trouble right now.
Well, of course. There's a reason for that too. Did you even read the letter properly?
I did. My son's sick, so he needs money, right?
Then don't you understand? Your ex-husband didn't do anything wrong.
So what? I have to give him money now? I'm living a happy life married to you now. But my own son is getting in the way of that.
Getting in the way? He's your son.
We got a divorce right after he was born, so he's like a stranger to me. So I borrowed $10,000 from my dad and started working to pay that money back. No one has any right to say anything about me.
You did that because you didn't want to get taken to court. It wasn't out of love for your son.
Who cares about that? Either way, I did what I needed to do. This is an issue between my ex-husband and I. It's not something you need to meddle in.
Yeah, you're right. But I can't just ignore what happened. And I don't think I can continue to be married to you either.
Why are you saying that? Is it because I used to be married? Or because I never told you that I had a kid? I'll apologize for all of that.
I don't care about any of that. Besides, I don't think you were the only one at fault for your divorce. And your parental rights aren't any of my business. I have nothing to say if you both agreed.
Then what aren't you happy about?
You said it yourself, that your son is getting in the way of your happiness.
But it's the truth.
You have no right to be a mother if you can say something like that so easily. Plus, you never paid child support until now. Even when you found out your son was sick, you're still acting like that. I don't think someone like that can be a good mother to a child.
That's because we got divorced. You and I aren't divorced. So of course I'm going to do everything I can if we have a child together.
Then you're basically saying that if we get divorced, you won't care about our child anymore either, right?
That was just a way of phrasing things. Stop nitpicking the small details.
No, this is the truth. If you really cared about your son, you could have told me the truth and asked me to help pay for your son's hospital bills. You didn't need to lie to your father either.
If I did that, my whole life would have been messed up.
You're right. That's why you didn't do it. You love yourself more than you could ever love your child. Basically, you don't care about what happens to your son, right? In the end, You showed your true colors.
Why would you say it like that? You're being so awful.
You're the one that's awful. This is all the consequence of all the bad actions that you've piled up. Give up and take in your new reality. Chloe and I officially got divorced. My father-in-law also found out about what Chloe had been doing and cut off his ties with her. Of course, he's making her pay back the $10,000. I'm charging her with alimony as well. As for Chloe's ex-husband, he was able to get the $10,000 in child support that Chloe never paid. With that, he was able to pay for his son's medical bills. Chloe was a terrible mother, and she only paid her ex-husband $10,000 to save herself. But thanks to that, Chloe's son was able to get the medical care he needed, so I don't think everything was bad in the end. It seems like her ex-husband is going to keep demanding child support from her, so she'll have to continue working. No matter how hard it gets, I want her to face the consequences of her actions and realize her past mistakes.
Hey Dad, I just wanted to let you know ahead of time that I'm getting married next month. Your invitation should be coming in the mail soon, but I thought I'd let you know now so you have enough time to find a nice suit to wear. Hi son, I had no idea you were even seeing someone. Now you're breaking the news out of the blue that you're getting married? At least I'm inviting you to the wedding. That doesn't fix the fact that I had no idea that you even had a girlfriend. We used to be so close. Why'd you stop telling me things? I just grew up, Dad. I don't have time to tell you everything that's going on in my life. No, I don't need to know everything, but you're suddenly telling me that you're getting married? And I don't even know who the girl is? I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Stop making something out of nothing. It's not nothing, Jordan. I thought I raised you better than this. You haven't even bothered to tell me your fiancée's name. You could have just checked the wedding invite. But her name's Kayla Little. There, now do you feel better? No, I don't know anything about her or your relationship. Where did you two meet? How long have you been together? What does she do? And most importantly, when can I meet her? Seriously, Dad, I don't have time for all these unnecessary questions, man. You can meet her at the wedding next month. Now, I gotta go. Kayla and I still have a lot of planning to do. I have to meet her in a short while to try out different wedding cakes. Okay, son, enjoy. Hello there, Kayla. My name is Steven. I'm Jordan's father. I hope you don't mind me messaging you. I just thought it would be nice to get to know you before you marry my son.
I know who you are. Jordan told me you were harassing him about me today.
I wouldn't say I was harassing him. He is my only son, and I was just trying to find out more about my future daughter-in-law. Anyhow, how'd you like to get to know each other tomorrow for a cup of coffee, so that we can get to know each other a little bit?
I really don't think that's necessary.
Well, I think so. We are going to be family soon. We should at least be acquainted.
Maybe I wasn't clear. I don't have any ambition to meet with you. I'm marrying your son, not you.
I just thought, being his father and all, you'd want to meet me before the wedding.
Next time? Don't think.
Son, I don't know if she told you, but I spoke to Kayla yesterday. She might have mentioned it, I don't remember. I'm so busy with work and the wedding planning that I barely remember what day of the week it is. Well, I was a bit taken aback by her response toward me, and it gave me a funny feeling. Please don't tell me you've been making decisions based on your gut feeling again. My gut feelings have never led me wrong before, and it hasn't led me wrong this time either. I did some digging on Kayla since neither you nor her want to tell me anything about her, and you won't believe what I found about her. I don't want to hear it, Dad. You're just upset that I didn't tell you sooner that I'd met someone. Yes, I am disappointed that I'm only hearing about this girl now, because I thought we were closer than that. But that's not why I did some research on her. I genuinely wanted to find out about the woman you've chosen to marry, and just as well I did. Alright, Dad, what is it? I can tell you're not going to let this go unless I hear you out. Just like when I was a kid, you would latch on to something and just go crazy on it until I'd let you tell me about it. Thank you. So, as I said, I did some investigating, and I found out that Kayla has been married before. Did you know that? I know she has a couple of exes, but she didn't mention that she'd actually been married before. But whatever, who cares? The past is the past. That's not all I found out, son. I found out why her ex-husband broke off their marriage. Get to the point, Dad. I don't have all day. It turns out that her ex-husband filed for an annulment shortly after they got married because she went behind his back and tried to steal his inheritance. It seems like this isn't the first guy she's tried to scam out of his money. I think Kayla is a gold digger. I don't know what you want me to say to you, Dad. Am I supposed to be shocked and horrified and call off the wedding for something she did in her past? I'm just worried about you, Jordan. I don't want you to be taken advantage of. Just relax, Dad. I'm a big boy now. I know how to take care of myself. Jordy, please. I really don't have a good feeling about this girl. I know it's the night before your wedding, but you've been blowing me off the past couple of weeks. I just don't want you to make a big mistake. Dad, I'm marrying Kayla tomorrow, whether you like it or not. You may not like her because of some of the things she's done in past relationships, but maybe those other guys deserved what happened to them. I have my own reasons for marrying Kayla. Nobody deserves to be taken advantage of. I just can't shake this feeling that going through with this wedding is a bad idea. Who I marry is none of your business, Dad. I appreciate your concern, but it's not necessary. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to sleep. I have a big day ahead of me tomorrow. Listen, Kayla, I need to talk to you.
What do you want, Steven? I'm busy getting ready. If you haven't noticed, it's just hours before I get married to your son.
This is important. I know about your previous marriage and why your ex-husband had an annulment.
What? How did you find out about that?
That's not important right now. What is important is that I don't approve of you marrying my son.
So what? I don't need the approval of an old ogre like you. I can do what I want. And if I want to marry your son, I will. Now leave me alone before I turn your son against you.
You can't turn him against me. I'm his father.
You may be his father, but soon I'll be his wife, and I can get him to believe whatever I want. One short conversation, and I can have Jordan believing that the only reason you're against our marriage is that you're after his money.
What are you talking about? I'm not after anything. I just want what's best for Jordan.
Maybe I am what's best for Jordan. Did you ever think of that?
You won't get away with this, Kayla. I will protect my son no matter what.
Good luck with that. Now, if you don't mind, I have a wedding to get to.
Jordan, you have to call off this wedding.
Ugh, Dad, will you please just drop this already?
No, Jordan, you don't understand. Kayla is manipulating you. She said she was going to get you to believe that I'm after your money. But you must know that isn't true. Please, son, you can't marry this wretched woman. Alright, fine. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Honest with me about what? The only reason I'm with Kayla is that I'm gonna try to take over her father's business. I need to marry her so that I'll have some sort of vantage point in the company. The truth is, I don't have any money. I've been living off of my inheritance from you to show off to Kayla so that she would think I was rich. Jordan, that money is supposed to take care of you when I die. How did you get access to the funds already? I got your lawyer to change the release clause so I could access it without having to provide the bank with your death certificate. What? Jordan, are you crazy? I'm just trying to make a better life for myself. As soon as I get into Kayla's family business, I'll be able to call the shots and earn a huge salary. You can't marry this girl just because you want to work in her family's business. Jordan, what are you thinking? If you needed money, you should have just told me. You know I'll always help you out and have your back. I know, Dad, but I've come too far to turn back now. I have to do this. Jordan, it's never too late to change your mind, especially if you end up making the right decision and not a huge mistake. I have to go, Dad. The wedding's about to start. I'll see you out there. Jordan, no! Please don't go through with this wedding!
Hi, Steven. Long time.
Kayla? What do you want?
I'm glad you asked. I figured out that Jordan doesn't actually have any money, and that he's been in fact using his inheritance from you by gaining early access to show off for me.
Now you know his secret. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm not going to divorce him if that's what you're thinking. Instead, we've decided to take our relationship to the next level.
What do you mean? What's the next level?
I'm pregnant, of course.
What?
I know, exciting news. Now back to your question about what I want.
Yes, what is it?
You see, I want my baby to be looked after, and since your son doesn't have any fortune of his own, I thought it only right that you make a contribution.
What? Contribution? What are you talking about?
I want you to pay a percentage of your wealth into a fund for my child's future and education. I mean, it's only fair. Otherwise, the only way out of this is if I get an abortion.
No, you can't have an abortion. What kind of percentage do you want, and for what fund?
I was thinking about 45%. You are old after all. You won't be needing all your money for very much longer. We may as well put it to good use. The fund will be set up when you pay your contribution over to my family's business. Let's call it an education fund.
You're crazy if you think I'm going to pay money into your family's business for a fund. I will contribute to a fund for my grandchild, but I will have my lawyers create an external education fund. That way I know the money is in good hands.
Fine, do what you want, but if I find out that you're not going to give me money towards this child, I'm going to get rid of it. So as soon as my baby is born, it should be released to contribute towards medical bills and health checks.
Alright, I'll allow a portion of the money to be released for the child's health and medical expenses. Just don't kill my grandchild.
Good, then we have a deal.
Hi, Dad. I just thought I'd let you know that my baby girl has just been born. Oh, congratulations, son. I'm so happy for you. I know you're gonna make a wonderful father. Thanks, Dad. I can't wait for you to meet her. I can't wait either, son. Hello, Jordy. I'm just checking in to see how your first few hours as a father have been. I'm furious. Kayla went behind my back and has been planning to give our baby up for adoption all along. What? What are you talking about? I was holding my baby when one of the nurses came in and said she was ready to take the baby now. I asked her where she was taking her, and she said that her cot was ready and that the social services woman had arrived to complete the paperwork. That malicious, lying witch. I knew she was bad news. No wonder she wanted me to pay money into her family's business for an education fund. She's just trying to scam me out of my money. Just as well, I was smart enough to put clauses on the funds that I set aside for the child. Never mind that. What am I going to do about my baby? How do I stop the custody release from going through? Don't worry, son. I'll contact my lawyers and see what we can do. I'm sorry we couldn't do anything to stop the process of putting your baby up for adoption. I really tried, son. But my lawyer said that there was nothing that we could do. The mother of the child has full custody of the baby and can decide to do what she pleases with it. I can't believe she gave my baby away. She just gave her up like our little girl meant nothing to her. He didn't even shed a tear. That woman is bad news. I tried to tell you all along that I didn't have a good feeling about her. I know, I should have listened to you. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm really sorry that I had to become so distant from you. I should have never let a girl come between our father-son relationship. It's okay, son. We all have to make our own mistakes. But it's time that you fix them. I'm still so angry with Kayla. Obviously, I don't want to stay married to her. But I feel like just serving her with divorce papers isn't enough. I want my revenge. I want to hurt her as she's hurt me when she allowed my baby to be torn out of my arms and sent away. I don't blame you for wanting revenge. But what is it you want to do? I have a plan. I'm going to take down her family's business. They let me into their inner circle. I know all the ins and outs of what's going on in there. I didn't want to say anything to you about it, because I know what you would say. What didn't you want to tell me? I want to help you get revenge on this wicked woman. She also took my first grandchild away from me. Her family's been using the business as a cover. They actually have been laundering money. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Don't you worry, son. We'll get you out of there and take her and her family down.
Steven, I've spoken with my financial advisor, and he has told me that I still haven't received the funds you promised to release to me when I gave birth to your grandchild.
How stupid do you think I am, Kayla? You gave my grandchild up for adoption, and you still expect me to give you money?
I went through with my end of the deal. I gave birth to the child. I never said I was going to keep it. What would I want with a disgusting baby anyway?
You know, I thought by now I would have stopped being in shock by your actions, yet you still leave me speechless.
Well, if it's any consolation, the child has been adopted anonymously.
Yes, that makes everything better, thanks.
Good. Now pay me my money.
I was being sarcastic, Kayla. Nothing you say will make what you did okay. And you can forget it if you think you're gonna get a single penny out of me.
We'll see about that, old man. We had a deal. I will get what I want.
3 months later. Well, it's finally over. The divorce is finalized, and Kayla's family is being investigated for fraudulent activity. And I just want to apologize again, Dad. Like you always said, family's everything, and I should have never let a woman come in between our relationship. Well done, son. You made a very difficult decision to take on Kayla and her family, but you did the right thing. I'm so proud of you, and I forgive you. The main thing is that we're reunited, and our relationship is stronger than ever. I wish I felt better, but instead I've lost everything. I lost my wife, my job, and my baby. I have nothing. That's not entirely true. Yes, I know, I still have you, but that doesn't make everything better. That's not what I was gonna say. I have some news. What news? You know how your baby was adopted anonymously? Yes, it was so that Kayla didn't have to have anything to do with the adoptive family. I know, but that's not what I'm getting at. Well, what is it? I don't particularly like talking about this. It breaks my heart. I was the anonymous adopter. What? I'm the one who adopted your daughter and claimed full custody of her. Why are you only telling me this now? I had to keep it a secret until all this legal stuff between you and Kayla was settled. I didn't want to jeopardize our keeping custody of your baby. I can't believe this. You really got custody of my little girl? I keep telling you, family is everything, Jordy. There's no way I was gonna let that evil woman send my grandchild off with some strangers. I know I haven't told you this much lately, but I love you, Dad. I love you too, son. After a legal battle broke out, Kayla and her family were taken down for money laundering. Although she tried to pull Jordan and me down with their ship, I hired a fantastic lawyer for him and me, and he got off clean of any prosecutions. I obviously came through without anything against me, as I had proof that she tried to steal money from me by having a child. It was especially helpful to Jordan's case that he was the one who infiltrated the business, and shared proof of the illegal dealings that were taking place. Once Jordan was finally able to cut ties with Kayla, he and I were able to readjust the custody of my grandchild. I decided to share custody with Jordan so that I'd be able to continue to contribute more to my granddaughter's upbringing and inheritance. The fund I created for her education still stands, and Jordan and I continue to contribute to it. I also made sure that no woman would ever come between my son and I again. I had my lawyers set up very specific parameters for his inheritance, that it could only be claimed by him and only once I've passed on. I've also been working with Jordan and helping him financially to build a new business for himself to run, and eventually pass on to his daughter. He's now earning an honest living, and I can retire happily, knowing my family is well taken care of. What would you do if someone tried to manipulate and turn someone you care about against you?